It's party time!
Viva Pinata, filled with fun.
Filled with fun!
Don't be enjoying Viva Pinata, filled with fun.
Filled with fun!
Viva Pinata, don't be enjoying.
Carl and Damon here from Brrraains A Head-Banging Life, gbhblofficial for short, and it's they made what into a TV series. Guess what it is? You know what it is. It's the bloody title. It is Viva Pinata, Season 1, Episode 23. We're almost at the end of Season 1. We're almost at the end of Season 1. Oh, the segments. We have the Abominable Jeli and Shmirror, because that's the level of thinking we've got when it comes to titles. Aired October 27th, 2007. So as of the time recording, we're pretty in line with this, because it's October 19th when we're recording this right now. And that makes this, that makes us 16 years old next week.
Wow.
There it is.
There you go.
Segment 1, the Abominable Jeli. It's a beautiful day on Pinata Island, as per usual, as some of the gang are walking on the beach. Fergie isn't hit by snowballs, much to his annoyance, and he decides to confront the snowball throwers. After travelling for weeks, apparently, listen, these are the stuff I laugh at.
I know.
Because what I love is it's done like it's normal. Like
Yeah.
it's just okay. They've been travelling for weeks to try and find these snowball throwers. I'm down for that.
Yep.
Across the island and through the hot desert, they eventually find a way through the jungle and to the snow-covered area. And I realised, oh shit, I'm beginning to understand the locations of Viva Pinata because of these walks.
Yeah.
There, they see a group of pengums, and follow them, coming across a literal army. It's war. It seems as though the penguins are at war using snowballs, and Fergie was just collateral damage.
Yep.
Oh no, poor Fergie. Seeing the group, the leader of the penguins think they are reinforcements and tells them of the Abominable Jeli. After being hit by more snowballs, Fergie suggests they go home, but there's no escaping this war now. You do get a little bit of kind of jokes around that thing. Nothing too heavy, because it's still a kid's show. Upon hearing that the penguins have never hit the Jeli and that they've been doing this war for decades, the gang are shocked. As the leader starts to do a speech, an alarm goes off, announcing mating season. That was a bit of a surprise. It's like, oh, okay. Are we about to see an orgy? Has this show gone weird?
Yep.
Yeah. But no, they just all head off, basically. Bugger off, leaving our group alone. They're now confronted by the Jeli, who is sad to see the penguins leaving, as he just wants to play. So for the Jeli, who's a bit of a big kid, it's just a game. It walks off sadly, and the group uses this opportunity to leave, except Fergie, who decides he's going to fight. Thing is, I was like, well, we need something to fill the episode. If he just leaves as well, it's a bit crap. The others now have no choice but to get into the snowball battle. But the Jeli is far too strong and fast for them. Franklin refuses to take part as he's all about peace, man. But Fergie gets hit again and has had enough, managing to finally hit the Jeli in the face with a snowball. Because the whole thing in the episode is like no one's ever managed to hit the Jeli.
Yep.
And now they have. This causes the Jeli, though, to fall down the hill, turn into a giant snowball and crash into the others, picking them up, because that's how it works. Franklin is able to stop the Pinata snowball from going over a cliff, but only promises to let them out if they all agree to be peaceful. Eventually, they do promise not to continue the snowball fight, but Franklin, all happy and doing a speech, lets go of them, and they all go over the cliff. But sadly, in my opinion, Les saves the day. What would have happened if they're not going to die anyway? So what difference would it have made? They all reflect on what they've learned and say their goodbyes to the Jeli. However, the Jeli then hits Fergie with a snowball, and they all continue throwing them for an end of the episode snowball fight. Yeah. What do you think?
What an absolute waste of time.
Oh, it's all a waste of time. We can't
I
review these episodes by just telling you it's a waste of time. You know it's a waste of time. Was it entertaining? Did it have any moments?
It was okay.
When you contrast it to the many, many segments we watched, would this one stand out?
There was no garden stuff,
Party stuff.
So I'll give it that. It was an okay episode.
Yeah, it was
segment, sorry.
Yeah, it's an okay segment. I agree. Yeah, you nailed it. No party stuff. Anytime it's not party stuff, I'm just like, oh, thank God. Oh, thank God. It's cute. It's funny. It's nice to use different locations. Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah,
it's okay. Which brings us to segment 2, Shmirror. Franklin is off to a party. Parties are back.
Yeah.
But somehow Langston sends him to an alternative universe. What? When was this a thing? Franklin lands back in Pinata Central, but it's dark and destroyed. And I was like, oh my god, this has the potential to be good.
Dark.
This has the potential to actually be a good episode, segment. And as he wanders around the island, he sees it's a much darker place. And then sees himself on a big TV, seemingly a dictator. And I was like, this is going to be great.
Yep.
All these alternatives. This is an alternative version of him called Spanklin. And I don't know why I find that so funny. I admittedly was like, in my dark, is it because he likes being spanked?
It's one thing the show does well. It has a little subtle little jokes.
Yeah. It's stuff like this. He sees how punishments are dished out. He intervenes when different versions of Paulie and Fergie are about to punish different versions of Tina and Teddy. They think he is Spanklin, revealing they're called Smalley and Spurgy. I am laughing at the fact that the lack of effort put in to give them any kind of difference name.
Yeah.
Paulie, Smalley. Fergie, Spurgy. You're not even trying. I love that.
It's so stupid, but
Yeah. It's so stupid. I laugh at it. And then the crime and punishment side of things. Franklin is grabbed and wakes up in a dark room, having been grabbed by Pester. In this universe, he's a good guy, part of an underground resistance. I was actually really enjoying the shit out of this. Pester quickly realizes this isn't Spanklin, reveals that his name is Colonel Cuddles. I didn't like that, because it didn't work. Pester and Cuddles, that's not clever. No. Franklin is very confused. An alternative version of Les that speaks normally. It's like, okay, we've actually seen that done before.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Reveals what happened to him. This Les is called More. Brilliant. Less, more. Love it. Franklin finally realizes what's happened and wonders if Spanklin was always bad. Like, oh, maybe it wasn't always bad. And this introduces Teller, the world's versions of Ella, who is the historian of the island. That's clever.
It's funny, yeah.
A historian would have to remember a lot. Ella forgets everything. She's called Teller, and she remembers things. She reveals that Spanklin was denied pies because he had no candy inside him, and it turned him evil. Okay. Franklin considers the fact that he could walk right into Spanklin's lair and no one would know, which gives Cuddles the idea of doing just that, by dressing Franklin up. Approaching the lair, Franklin is confronted by guards, but because he's unable to lie, he struggles to get past them. At least that's a callback to how Franklin is.
Yeah, it's good, yeah.
They're still able to get inside, though, and the others reveal that the plan is to have Franklin replace Spanklin when he gives his daily birthday speech and declare his gnarly reign over. First, though, they have to put Spanklin out of commission. It's a solid idea.
Yeah.
I like the fact that his reign is gnarly. I do like that. In his throne room, his minions are celebrating his birthday with this version of Hudson that thinks he's ugly. So this version of Hudson thinks he's ugly. He's lost that vain ability. Franklin is sent to the podium to give his speech, having to rely on his truth to get through to the people. All while Teller simply knocks Spanklin out. That was disappointing. I was like, that's not imaginative.
Yeah, too
It's
easy.
just that, you know? On the podium, Franklin starts to speak, but Spanklin is able to get free. It's like, oh, right. He then confronts Franklin on the podium and they get into a fight. It results, though, in Spanklin being busted open and revealing that he always had candy inside him. Nobody is empty inside. Good. Remember we criticised the show for not nailing messages?
It's a good message.
This is a good message. Happy now, Spanklin declares his reign over and changes his name to Thanklin. Everybody cheers. Franklin is then sent back to his own world by a hippie version of Langston, but he ends up in a universe where every pinata is gigantic. So that's how we kind of end. Wah, wah, wah. Okay. Ending aside, because the ending's a bit, crap.
Yeah.
And it's a bit like, oh, what are these alternative universes and why is, like, everybody just forgives Spanklin now? Like, it's okay.
Yeah,
he says he's good now. It's all gone. This is one of the best segments of all.
Yeah.
But it's only good because we've watched the show up to this point. If you watch this episode on its own without having watched any other Viva Pinata, none of these jokes would matter. None of these character changes would matter.
Nope.
This is finally a segment that pays off your investment by making you laugh at the characters being opposite to what they are, because we know what they are up to this point.
You have to have the investment, yep.
That's rare for this show. I think it's clever. I think it's stupid, but it does that. It's winking at us, going, we know this is really dumb, but it's fun.
But it shows that they have the ability to do that. I just wish they'd do it more.
Yeah, I agree with what you're saying. They have the ability to do it, but you know, ultimately, when you're producing these segments and quick fire sessions, and you need 2 per episode, no one's imagination is going to run that wild.
No, of course
so,
not.
like, to get something like this at episode 23 of season 1, I am more than satisfied to have this. It's one of my favourite.
Yep.
Easily one of my favourite. And that's it. That is episode 23. The Abominable Jeli and Shmirror. What do you reckon? Do you kind of agree with us on our thoughts on the Shmirror 1? Let us know in the comments. Thank you very much for watching. If you'd like to see more content like this, please consider hitting the subscribe button. It is gratefully appreciated. You can find us over at gbhbl.com, our full website, where reviews, news, and so much more goes up daily. We're also on all social media platforms: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Threads, at GBHBL. Just search for GBHBL and you will find us out there. We also have merchandise on sale. You can access the shop via the website.